In this video, we will talk about the historical analysis and interpretation of the 1899 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, La Constitución de la República de Filipinas de 1899, informally known as the Malolos Constitution. The Malolos Constitution was the basic law of the first Philippine Republic. It is the first important Filipino document ever produced by the people's representatives. It was drafted and adopted by the First Filipino Republic, which lasted from 1899 to 1901. It is anchored in democratic traditions that ultimately had their roots in American soil. It created a Filipino state whose government was popular representatives and responsible with three distinct branches: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. It was written by Felipe Calderon y Poca and Felipe Buencamino as an alternative to a pair of proposals to the Malolos Congress by Apolinario Mabini and Pedro Paterno. In accordance with the decrees of June 18 and 23, 1898, Aguinaldo convoked the Revolutionary Congress at Barasuain, Malolos. Peace and order conditions in some provinces were such that Aguinaldo was compelled to appoint 30 delegates to Congress. Consequently, on September 4, he appointed 50 delegates to the Congress. This number was increased by 10 on September 10. The number of delegates to the Congress fluctuated from time to time. In the morning of September 15, the Basilica of Barasuan was filled with delegates and spectators. Outside, the Banda Pasig played the national anthem when Aguinaldo and his officers arrived. The delegates, the cream of the Filipino intelligentsia, spread out to give way to the president. With the presented seated, the secretary read the names of the delegates, after which Aguinaldo was introduced. Cries of "Viva!" reverberated, and Aguinaldo was acknowledged the applause of the throng. Then he stood up and read his message, first in Tagalog, then in Spanish. A round of applause followed Aguinaldo's speech, which Felipe Buencamino wrote. Aguinaldo then announced that the ceremonies were over and that Congress was to convene after electing its officers. In the afternoon, the Congress proceeded to elect its officers. Pedro Paterno as the President, Benito Lagarda as the Vice President, Gregorio Araneta as the First Secretary, and Pablo Ocampo as the Second Secretary. The first significant act of the Congress was the ratification on September 29 of the independence proclaimed at Kawit on June 12, 1898. Aguinaldo's office and official residence were located at the convent of Malolos Church. Arrived at Barasuain, where Congress was holding its session, amidst to the vociferous acclamations of the people and strains of music. The ceremonies began at 10:30 a.m. and Aguinaldo, after congratulating Paterno for having been elected to the presidency of Congress, partly said in Tagalog, "Now, we witness the truth of what the famous President Monroe said to the effect that the United States was for the Americans. Now, I say that the Philippines is for the Filipinos." A committee to draft the Constitution was created with Felipe G. Calderon as its most prominent member. Having set Mabini's constitutional program aside, the committee, under the influence of Calderon, also set aside, but in a subtle manner, Paterno's constitutional plan, which smelled strongly of the Spanish Constitution of 1869 with the advice of Cayetano Arellano, a brilliant but unconstructed mestizo. Calderon drew up his plans for constitution deriving inspiration from the constitutions of Mexico, Belgium, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Brazil, and France. In the session of October 8, Calderon presented the draft of this constitution. A few other amendments were inserted in the draft constitution before it was sent to Aguinaldo for approval. In the Malolos Republic, owing to the objections of Mabini to some provisions in the constitution, Aguinaldo did not immediately promulgate it. The leaders of Congress compromised by inserting some amendments after promulgating Malolos Constitution. The Filipino leaders proceeded to inaugurate the first Filipino Republic on January 23, 1899. The Constitution specifically provided for safeguards against abuses and enumerated the national and individual rights not only of the Filipinos and of the aliens. The legislative powers were exercised by the Assembly of Representatives composed of delegates elected according to law. To make the function of Congress continuous, the document provided for the Permanent Commission which would sit as a lawmaking body when Congress was not in session. The Assembly elected the President of the Republic, the Cabinet composed of the secretaries of the different departments of the government was responsible not to the President but to the Assembly. The administration of justice was vested in the Supreme Court and in inferior courts to be established according to law. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court was to be elected by the Assembly with the concurrence of the President and the Cabinet. The Constitution as a whole is a monument to the capacity of the Filipinos to chart their own course along democratic lines. In a period of storm and stress, it symbolized the ideals of a people who had emerged from the dark ages into the light of reason. This ends my historical analysis and interpretation about the 1899 Constitution or the Malolos Constitution. Thank you for watching.